which would be fantastic if I could reach that goal.
And the Irish record is within grasp as well, isn't it, for you?
Yes, 1 goal away. But I'll travel on Wednesday against Macedonia, not knowing whether I'm going to play anyway. It's a bonus being in the squad.
Do you find it difficult being a player and having to drop teammates as manager?
Without doubt, you know, that's the hardest thing about being a manager anyway. You know, especially when they've been my friends for 5 years. But it's part and parcel of the job, and you know, I've got to just get on with it really and be honest with them.
Do you see that phasing out sooner rather than later and taking over full-time in the office?
Well, when I stop playing, yeah, that's a formality really. But as long as I'm still scoring goals and doing well and not letting no one down on the pitch, I shall carry on.
What's your view of the game tonight? Because Portsmouth had a good result, didn't they, against Crystal Palace? A draw there against the team of the moment. Yeah. Difficult tonight?
Every game in this league is difficult. You know, as you've seen in the games that you've shown on the telly, you know, there's not much between the bottom team and the top team. And without doubt, every week there's one result that throws the league upside down.
You haven't won, I don't think, for 6 games, but you can go 4th tonight. Is it indication of the tightness of the league?
Well, that's right. I don't think it'll change. You know, throughout the season, it's been like that for the last few seasons, and it's going to be a very, very hard league to get out of.
I wish you all the best, John.
Pleasure.
John Aldridge talking to George Gavin there. He's right, it is a tight league. They call it the league where anyone can beat everyone. And Bolton, there they are, 23 points. They're top after 10 games. Then Norwich, then Barnsley, then Crystal Palace going so well at the moment. Wolves, Stoke and Tranmere Rovers in 7th place and in the top half of Division 1. And the Rovers picked up a useful point on the opening Saturday of the season. John Morrissey was the scorer in a 1-all draw at Southend. Their first league win of the campaign came a week later in a 5-goal thriller against Grimsby at Prenton Park. John Aldridge scored his first league goal of the season. A 2-0 win over Port Vale, including a goal from the promising Graham Branch, put Tranmere top of the table. But then came the first defeat of the season, going down 1-0 at Bradford City. 2 successive 1-0 wins followed, including an excellent victory at Huddersfield. John Aldridge again on the score sheet. And after a couple of defeats, Aldridge helped Rovers pick up a fine point at Norwich last Saturday. Let's have a look at our Friday night football game-ometer for Tranmere Rovers, tracking their record from kick 1 of the season up to the present date. They're 7th. The 0-0 draw against Oxford on Tuesday keeps Tranmere in 7th place, and they've been there or thereabouts all season so far, haven't they? They've scored 12 goals. John Aldridge, the player-manager, has got 7 of those, and the last 3 games. Lost 3-2 to West Brom in that 5-goal thriller, drew 1 apiece with Norwich, and drew 0-0 with Oxford. And their next 3 games in the league, of course, tonight against Portsmouth at home, then they're away to Sheffield United, and then away.
What do you make of them?
I thought they played very well. I think particularly at Fratton Park they're going to be a difficult side. They've worked on the system of play they want with their 3 centre-halves and the 2 wide players and 1 centre-forward, and they've got a nice movement about the team. And Ray Lewington, who went to see him play against Wimbledon the previous week, said they were very good and should have won that game, although I believe on Saturday against Oxford they wasn't so impressive. So I should be interested to see how they perform away from home today.
As for the home team, well, player-manager John Aldridge continues to play a full part for Tranmere, relentlessly banging in the goals despite playing himself as the lone striker. However, he was very unhappy with Tuesday's goalless draw against Oxford, and Paul Cook is left out, so Jed Brannan is expected to be pushed into midfield, with young Alan Rogers returning at left-back.
Yes, I think John's tried to alter the style of play for Tranmere this year by playing himself as one striker and getting runners from midfield. And I think he'll be looking for Branch, Irons, Brannan and Bonetti to support him and get up front and make late runs with Liam O'Brien sitting in the middle. And he'll be looking for his back 4, which is experienced, to say the least, with Stevens, Thorne and Till. But what's important for them is they've got to get the midfield players in support to give Aldridge the chance to score goals.
As for Portsmouth, well, they're unchanged from the side that drew so creditably with Crystal Palace. Former Tottenham midfielder Andy Turner was only rated at 50-50 after taking a whack on the calf, but the Irish under-21 international has recovered in time to play, so Dion Burton is still rested, and former Army man Lee Bradbury maintains his place up front.
Yes, this is the system that they played against us, and they have been playing with 3 centre-halves. They like to get the ball out at the back and work themselves forward. Alford is inclined to sit in there and support these players, and that allows McLaughlin and Simpson to sort of break forward on the wide positions, where they've also got Hall and Turner. So they end up sometimes having McLaughlin and Hall in those wide rights, and Simpson and Turner. Bradbury down the middle, and Jimmy Carter will supplement that. But having said that, Alan McLaughlin has got the licence to go where he wants, and Alford's obviously in there as an insurance.
Friday night football has been something revolutionary for most of the football leagues since Sky's live games were introduced, but it's been pretty much the regular fare at Tranmere for quite a while. They've regularly had their fixtures on this evening to get in ahead of Liverpool and Everton's weekend matches. From their current vantage point, those dark days of 10 seasons ago seem a long time away. That's when they finished 20th in the old 4th division and were just 2 points above Lincoln, the first side who were automatically relegated from the league. And a couple of promotions on, there's a very different feel about Prenton Park these days, and for a long time they felt as though they've been strongly in a position to challenge the bigger Merseyside boys and get up into the Premiership. Andy Alford leading out Portsmouth. Sean Teal bringing out Tranmere as their captain, but it's still their player-manager who has as much of an influence on the field as off it at 38 years of age. Tranmere against Portsmouth coming up on Sky Sports 3.
Against Portsmouth, let's join our Sky Sports commentary team, Rob Hawthorne and Dave Bassett.
And the match referee is John Kirkby, who's only just back after an injury he sustained in a live Sky game, the Reading-Oxford match, when he had to go off at half-time. No injuries have befallen Tranmere. Their one change to the lineup is in personnel terms, with Paul Cook being left out, as John Aldridge attempts to pep up a midfield that he relies on for service. It's a difficult role to play at the best of times, but particularly for a 38-year-old, that's the lone striker. So he'll be relying on the likes of Kenny Irons and Jed Brannan bursting forward to support him. Brannan lining one up with his right boot. This is Benetti curling the ball in awkwardly. And it's Branch who scored for Tranmere. Graham Branch showing the instincts of his cousin at Everton, Michael.
Well, an incredible start. There's a shot that hit the defender. It rebounds to Benetti. He curls a great ball in, and Branch is coming in on the back post. We can see that he wins the ball back now. He gets up, he flights an excellent ball into that area where the keeper won't come. And Aldridge is in there, and Branch comes in on that back post and makes sure he slides the ball in across through the keeper's legs. A wonderful start for Tranmere, just what they wanted.
Absolutely incredible start for Tranmere. But in the build-up to the goal, Russell Perrett really took the full force of that shot from Jed Brannan. And Graham Branch, who's lost out on a lot of the limelight, even locally, to his cousin Michael at Everton, has stolen a bit of the limelight here tonight already. Coming just after the half-minute mark. A blistering start. McLaughlin. Portsmouth looking to respond in kind. Andy Thorne clearing away Turner's initial cross. And Guy Butters has gone down on the edge of the penalty area, and the referee decides that he needs attention and has brought a halt to play.
Yes, well, it's an incredible start. As you rightly say, Russell Perrett took a drive, the ball was struck in, and he just looked like a boxer, actually. He went down and got up and stunned, and Benetti did well winning that ball back in, and it was a very, very good cross. It was difficult for the defenders to deal with because it was going in behind them, and also the keeper was in a position where, you know, he didn't really know whether to come or stay, and made the decision to stay, but for him, Branch got in on that back post very quickly and put it through the keeper's legs.
Fourth goal of the season, all of them have come here, and this is the latest.
There we go, we see he retrieves the ball there, immediately lifts his head up, it curls an excellent ball in behind the defence, and young Branch gets in there and makes no mistake. That'll just to give them the start they wanted. It's a very early goal, so there's plenty of time for Portsmouth to come back.
But just when you thought things couldn't get any worse for them, it looks already as though they might have to continue the game without Guy Butters. That clearly is a serious problem.
Yes, I didn't see what happened. We see the incident here, and yes, he's caught there as he's laid the ball off. Till's caught him on the ankle. It looks like he's turned his ankle over there. It looks like he's struggling. They may have to put the substitute on almost immediately. It doesn't look particularly good.
Sean Teal, the player who made the challenge. Play resuming with a bounce up. Portsmouth, in their current plight, won't want to be down for too long to 10 men, and indeed it already looks as though substitution is on the cards. Robbie
Pethick could probably come on and fill in at the back.
Yes, they have a natural defensive replacement just for the moment. Andy Alford, who's recognised as a central defender, even though latterly he's been playing in front of the back three, has now taken up to controlling the defence and importantly marking Aldridge. Here's Benetti. Sent away by Alan Rogers. It's going to be a tough job for Alford in this adjusted role, looking after the master marksman.
Well, he is a defender naturally, so I don't think that'd be any problem. But I think what will probably happen is that Pethick may move back into that spot, or possibly play on the right-hand side.
Portsmouth really browbeaten at the start, and Little element of that shown in Flahaven's clearance. Anywhere will do for the goalkeeper. And now Guy Butters is coming back on. That looked very unlikely.
Yes, I was surprised. The way he went off on the stretcher, he looked very stiff, and he's obviously recovered quite well. The magic sponge has worked.
And it's back to plan A. Again, the player closing in. Simpson trying to stick with him this time. Simpson just got a toe in. Branch, predominantly left-footed, but he's been playing on that right-hand side to good effect. He hurls another one in. ...24 years of age, Graham Branch. They made a determined effort also to get Michael Branch here, but lost out perhaps to the more glamorous attraction of Goodison Park. That goal from Branch after just 33 seconds of the match has really given Tranmere a dream start. They were worried about a negative reaction from the crowd after the dour performance in the goalless draw against Oxford on Tuesday. But the purposeful start that they've made to this match should well disperse all those fears.
Well, certainly when an early goal scored, sometimes that can psychologically affect the home team, because there's a long time to go, and Tranmere have got to make sure they continue to become positive and not just sit back on that one goal.
Portsmouth's strikers haven't really been able to get into the game as yet. Benetti flinging it forward to Aldridge. Brannan has made a useful run into the box, Branch accompanying him. Most emphatic clearance by Russell, but Butters clears well. This is McLaughlin. Jimmy Carter. Improvement in his form has coincided with the Portsmouth revival.
I think Jimmy Carter there was obviously looking for the ball inside the fullbacks, and they like to use that, Portsmouth, to try and expose the defensive frailties of a team by using Hall and Turner's pace in the wide positions.
Benetti. Put it back. Got Aldridge by Branch, but didn't really get any power on that shot. Branch involved in setting it up for John Aldridge. Benetti. Branch again. Bubbling with confidence. Rogers. Andy Thorne. Benetti looking for Aldridge. Here's Branch. This fluid midfield system of getting forward to support Aldridge is working very effectively at the moment. They're more confident in their stride, having established an early lead.
This has shown some good movement there, Tranmere, with some nice interchange in the positions, with Benetti dropping out and Irons and Branch making forward runs.
Chance here! Oh! With Aldridge's header, and Flahaven makes the save.
Well, there should be 2-0 here. Aldridge pulls to the squeezing up. Aldridge does well. He keeps himself on side. He loses his defender here, and he'll be disappointed. He's scored many goals there. That was the disadvantage for Portsmouth by trying to push out with no pressure on the ball.
Could be more problems from the corner, though. Cleared to Hall. Player of great pace. Stevens has come across to guard Turner. Tranmere's defence hasn't had too much of a test in the opening few minutes of the game.
Well, Portsmouth can count themselves lucky that they're not 2-0 down, because that was a great chance. It was good play by Aldridge. He went out with the defence and pulled away from the defender at the same time and got himself clear and lost the defender completely.
Irons jostling away with Carter. Orford has kept it in play, but not to his own side's advantage, and it's Brannan with Aldridge to his left in support. 2 against 2, and Brannan maybe just held on to it for a little too long there and allowed Butters to get the challenge in.
Well, that was poor play by Orford. He had a chance to get rid of the ball, and then with the 2 against 1, Brannan's play was poor.
Here's Rodgers. This is a good break from Alan Rodgers in towards Aldridge again, but that time too close to the goalkeeper.
Well, this is a good start by Tranmere. That goal's given them the confidence, and their football's flowing very well now. Again, the Alford should have just cleared that out. Now it's 2v1. Brannan's attacking Butters. Butters is trying to buy time. Aldridge, you can see, is in a good position, and really Brannan, that's poor play. I just think John Aldridge was pulling his hair out.
Although he now has the player manager's role, Aldridge is still concentrated very much on his playing skills and relies heavily on his backroom staff to provide the management input. Say it's the hardest job in the world being a player manager, and Ray Wilkins certainly found the going difficult at Queen's Park Rangers. Now that Wilkins is no longer playing in the English game for the moment, Aldridge the oldest player in this division. That's Turner on the break.
Yeah, that was a good little bit of interplay between Turner and Russell on that left-hand side. You see he gets himself clear here. He's looking to attack, and I think Gary Stevens actually got a touch there, so it might have been a corner. I thought that Turner had gone for a shot there.
Here's Hall. Perrott. Again, Portsmouth have kept it in play, but only for Tranmere's benefit. This is Irons. Branch. Good try.
Those wide positions where Branch can cut back on his left foot, opens up the goal. He likes to come on his favourite left foot, and he shoots there, and what happens is the Portsmouth defence push up.
It's some family tree that these branches keep falling off.
I won't comment on that.
Portsmouth, like Tranmere, have gone 6 matches without a win, and after the impetus provided by Terry Venable's arrival as Director of Football, there must be moments of concern at the apparent downward spiral in their results. Goal scoring has been a problem. Terry Fenwick's team got that 2-2 draw against Crystal Palace in the week, and it was the first time they'd scored more than once in a league game this season. Really, at the moment, their forward players have been anonymous in this game. Tranmere have completely counteracted their threat, and this is Branch causing all the danger for Tranmere. Ran into trouble initially, gets the second bite!
Well, Branch has a little bit of luck here. He comes in on his left foot. He got blocked out. You see he's coming in. He's going on his foot. Portsmouth are pushing up to try and catch him offside. He gets a lucky bounce there and should have really scored. That's a good position.
Took it on his weaker foot.
That's right, he comes across, as you can see. He's now looking for the goal. Portsmouth get bodies round it. He gets a fortunate break that comes to him, and he'll be disappointed with that finish.
Portsmouth really haven't got going in an attacking sense yet.
Well, at a precise moment, Tranmere are dominating the game. Their confidence is high. They're moving the ball around well. Their passing's good. And they've got some good movement in midfield and up front, which is causing Portsmouth problems defensively.
Simpson. Turner's got players waiting in the middle, but decisive goalkeeping from Danny Coyne. First real time he's been called into action.
On that cross there, it could have done with Bradbury or Hall trying to get across the near post there. Andy Thorne had to let the ball go, and Coyne was able to collect it without really any great pressure.
Became a folk hero in his time at Grimsby before the infamous bust-up that led to his summer departure. There's Liam O'Brien. Bradbury having to do a lot of chasing and not getting much joy. For Branch again, a player who's really making things happen. Stevens has gone forward to support well. Playing off the chest as the referee. Ran through Bradbury and Thorne, but Andy Thorne, who was booked on his debut in the team in his first match at Norwich last week, is in a spot of bother again here.
The ball's up there, yeah, Andy's got no complaint. That's a booking. He's taken Bradbury there. He hasn't won the ball.
Player you know well, of course.
Yes, yeah. Andy's always capable of having the odd booking.
It's not a bad record, is it? 3 games, 2 bookings now.
He's not careful. He had more points than the team shortly then.
Tranmere aren't doing too badly at the moment. They've got 15 points. A victory tonight will take them up to 4th place in the table, dare I say it, above Crystal Palace. Tranmere at the moment going the right way about getting the victory, but still plenty of time for Portsmouth to engineer an opening. Rockland. Simpson winning the throw. First touch just allows Stevens to come in, but it's still moving for Pompey with Hall flinging it in. Rogers earns a throw in for Tranmere.
That was quite a good incisive decision by Hall. He took the ball back on and got a cross in, and really there should have been a couple of Portsmouth players trying to get on the end of that cross when it came in.
Butters. This is Brannan. Branch being forced back. Stevens just holding off Jimmy Carter. Looks a very negative formation that Tranmere and their manager John Aldridge have applied with this 5-man midfield, but they've actually been very positive in the opening 20 minutes of this encounter.
Certainly, I mean, they've got midfield players like Irons and Branch, and who can get forward, and they played very well. There's been some good movement there.
Aldridge
What they have able to do is get support around Aldridge and create some good chances.
Now Carter looking for support, all in the end deciding to try and go it alone. That will have frustrated his colleagues Bradbury and Hall, but the movement so far has really been bettered by Tranmere. Branch, the scorer of the goal.
Certainly for the first 20 minutes, Tranmere have played very well and have taken the game. But having said that, the last few minutes, Portsmouth have been able to get some semblance of order to their play and looking a bit more composed now.
There's Andy Orford. Turner. Lee Russell has made a move wide left.
It's interesting, Portsmouth's shape's a little bit different from what it was against us the other night. Andy Orford's actually playing as a sweeper tonight, and Lee Russell's playing on the wide left and pushed up against Branch there.
There's Carter. Orford, who's one of the two survivors of that Portsmouth team that got to the FA Cup semi-final 4 years ago, Alan McLaughlin being the other one. The third long-serving member of that Portsmouth team, Alan Knight, this week released on a free transfer, which eases some of the pressure on Aaron Flahaven. Benetti. Perrett's really been in the wars with blows to the face. That last one from Benetti striking him too. This is Carter. Challenge from behind again by Sean Teal.
I wasn't sure if that was a foul personally. I thought Jimmy sort of sank a bit quickly there.
Hall. Haven't got too much change out of Rogers so far.
No, he's Rogers dealt with that competently. He got a good tackle in there.
Carter. Turned through well towards Hall, and first touch just sprang the ball away from Paul Hall. They looked to have put themselves under a bit of pressure there.
That could have been a half chance. They didn't really clear the ball. Jimmy Carter plays the ball there. Fitzroy Simpson tries to play Hall through, and his touch just went the wrong way. He could have been a little bit closer.
Here's Kenny Irons. Aldridge has got three coming in to support him from behind. Well, Perrett turned it away, and Benetti just couldn't fasten onto it. Simpson.
Well, we've seen two efforts at either end. That was another good opportunity for Tranmere to score. John Aldridge did well by winning a header against Butters. Oh, and this is the other chance where we see
Simpson flinging it wide.
There we see that Kenny Irons is wide now. He gets himself, he's waiting his chance. Aldridge is pulling off. It's a good low cross, and the keeper gets a block. Unfortunately, Alan McLaughlin was back there to pounce and clear it before one of the Tranmere players could get the ball. That was another good chance for Tranmere.
As far as Rogers. Michael header away from Orford. Really is a backs-to-the-wall job for Portsmouth at the moment. And he'll touch on again, and Aldridge could be through. He'll need support in the middle, having been forced wide. Brannan was arriving, but has got there ahead of him. They're not making life easy for themselves, though, Portsmouth. Aldridge and Benetti combining. No free kick given against Orford. It was right on the edge of the box. Real possibilities of a counter here. It's Jimmy Carter running at Thorne. Ball going in, but it was towards goal in the end, and the goalkeeper, Coyne, really had to adjust his footing. I think he was anticipating the cross.
There we see Jimmy Carter come back, he gets the cross in. The keeper, I think, was anticipating the shot, and he gets a good block in before Hall can snap onto it there. In actual fact, he had to make another save to push it away for a corner.
Which Carter takes. Headed away by Teal. Benetti hasn't really got it clear. McLaughlin. Was leaning on Sean Teal, giving away the free kick. Benetti has been continuing his protest with the assistant referee about that last challenge from Orford on the edge of the penalty area.
Yes, it's difficult to know whether he was actually doing a dying swan or whether it was actually a foul.
He protested vigorously about it.
There we see the ball's played. No, I agree, the referee was entirely right. We see Jimmy Carter here. This is the opportunity where he checks back, he plays the ball in and actually takes a deflection, and Coyne does well, and you can see here he does very well to quickly punch it away for a corner.
Wise ahead against the youthful impetuosity of Turner. And here's Sean Teal resisting Bradbury's attentions. Oh, given away by Teal to McLaughlin. And feeding Branch. Looking for Aldridge this time. Barnes has turned up in a useful position. Needs more support in the area. Aldridge has got there now. Well, he's bought a lot of time, but he's also bought plenty of time for Portsmouth to get players back. From Branch, and Brannan's header! Well, Flahaven really wasn't too secure about the destination of that.
That was good build-up play by Tranmere. They held it at the back, and Teal hit an excellent diagonal ball out to Branch, who got good control, and then he linked up, and now we see the cross coming in, and Branch gets there, and that's a good effort. A good chance. He's lost his defender, and that's very close.
Turned on by O'Brien, but it didn't look the safest of clearances from Coyne. Under more pressure now after the giveaway of that free kick. Here's Fitzroy Simpson. Here's by Brannan. This is Benetti. This is where they get forward to support so quickly. Aldridge letting it run. Carter. Two ahead of him. Hall coming forward as well. Good challenge back again by Jed Brannan.
But when Portsmouth make breaks like that, they've got to keep the ball. Jimmy Carter's lost the ball and put his team under pressure now.
This is a very impressive run yet again by Branch. Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
It all came when Portsmouth had the ball, and Jimmy Carter should have fed it out to Turner, and they've broken here with devastating effect. Branch has picked the ball up, he's gone a long distance, they're backing off. A good run by Benetti to pull the player wide, and he strikes a thunderous shot there. An excellent goal. A good run by the youngster, a strong run. He's now decided he's going for it, and that's a tremendous strike. But you see his favoured left foot, and it's thrashed into the net.
Well, they were standing off him, and they were standing off him, and now they live to regret the day. It's Branch's second goal of the night and Tranmere's, and they're now firmly in the driving seat. Here's Benetti. Oh, he's pushed it through to Irons. They'd squeezed up, but they weren't offside. It's Aldridge.
Well, again, we've seen a position where a player runs with the ball. Benetti's run it. The ball, when he does well, he picks out Irons well. Irons plays it to Aldridge, and John will be disappointed he hasn't worked the goalkeeper there. But they've certainly taken the game, and they well deserve to be in the league.
Graham Branch almost moved to Stockport last season. They're mightily grateful now that he didn't follow that through. 2 goals already tonight, and he's been at the heart of everything that Tranmere have produced. Tremendous run and a tremendous finish too for the second goal. Here's Bradbury, the goalkeeper's come out a long way, and a great chance for McLaughlin, and it's off the line. It needed a bit of power from Alan McLaughlin, and he couldn't find the killer touch.
Well, that was a let-off for Tranmere. That was just what Portsmouth needed to get back into the game. That was good play. Bradbury's played in excellently. He gets down the side of Till, the keeper's hesitating. That's a good low cross, Thorne gets it, and it's there for Alan McLaughlin. He's just run out of legs at the wrong time.
Gary Stevens, the man on the line, saving the day for Tranmere. Portsmouth suddenly getting their game together, but the goal really was gaping then for McLaughlin.
Yes, they could have needed that goal then, Portsmouth, to give them a lifeline. It would have put them back in the game.
Has a happy habit of scoring crucial goals, Alan McLaughlin, but he's missed a great opportunity to draw the team back into it there. The player who scored the goal that took the Republic of Ireland to the 1994 World Cup finals. Here's Bradbury. No real sting behind that effort from Lee Bradbury. Well, if McLaughlin couldn't finish, Branch has really shown them how to do it tonight.
Yes, there we see this goal. He rides the tackle, not very good defending. The space opens up, Benetti moves away wide to distract the defender. Alford doesn't get a block in, and he hits a thunderous shot, which is too powerful for the keeper. This is the miss here. You can see it comes off Andy Thorne, and he loses his footing, Alan McLaughlin, at the last moment.
It was a full stretch. It needed a leaden touch from him. Since that second goal, really, that Portsmouth have started to string things together. Flung in again by Turner. Thorne with a clearance. Good one from Teal, straight to Branch. Brannan has gone wide to his right. Benetti's coming forward. Here's Ivano Benetti. Portsmouth only have 3 players back. And he is held off as Perrett gets his challenge in.
Again, the break came. Young Branch did well, used his brains, and put Benetti in a good position, and he was disappointed with his final work.
Turned in this time by Rogers. And Russell losing out to Graham Branch. It's his irons. McLaughlin. Paul bearing down on Rogers, not allowing him to get his crosses in.
Yes, he's done well again there, Rogers. He's defended Hall well. He got Hall in two minds, and in the end, he won the little mental battle there.
Rogers just 19 years of age. More football coming up for you tomorrow here on Sky Sports. Over on Sky Sports 2, it's Moldova against Italy from 7 o'clock. There'll be a few interested parties watching that. No doubt Glenn Hoddle and the England squad will be tuned in. Hope you will be too. Don't forget England against Poland coming up next week on Sky Sports on Wednesday. And on the eve of that, we'll have the Under-21 International at Molineux live as well. Way through Perrott well, but McLaughlin providing the cover. There's Butters. Bit of space for Turner to operate it. Simpson. Turner again. Header away from Teal. Well, both these teams really struggled last season, and Portsmouth went right up until the final day before securing their survival. Tranmere enjoyed something of a revival before the end, just after John Aldridge took over. In fact, they were unbeaten in their last few matches under him at the back end of the last campaign. Here's Hall. Alan Rogers isn't there, someone else is there to guard against Hall, but he's won it back now from Benetti. That was carelessly giving away possession. Brannan back there helping out. Aldridge not giving up the chase for it. McLaughlin. 10 Hall. Carter, and Carter this time is through. Good defensive clearance by Teal.
Yes, that was good build-up play by Portsmouth there. Young Hall was shut off by Rogers, and Jimmy Carter made a nice angle. You can see he comes back, he decides, he plays it on the outside of the foot. Jimmy Carter gets a good touch that takes it past the defender, and Teal there gets an excellent block. That looked like it was going in the far corner.
Simpson getting the corner right in. There were a few heads going for that one. It went right through.
That was a dangerous looking corner. It was swung in along the 6-yard line, and the Portsmouth players are going there strong, and Tranmere has been able to get it away with a little bit of good fortune.
Tranmere defence proved quite resilient, and it's very impressive the way that Rogers has narrowed Hall's options. The youngster has done an impressive job at the back. through for Portsmouth. Jimmy Carter, you fancy, might just have the inspirational touch. He's been revelling in the role he's had for Portsmouth this season. He says that being freed of defensive responsibilities has boosted his game. Simpson. And here is Carter. McLaughlin. Lee Russell.
Well, certainly since the second goal has gone in, Portsmouth have had more of a share of the play, which often happens, and they've managed to get some passing and some movement to get the ball forward.
For all of their impressive approach work, Portsmouth, they still haven't found the goal. Alan McLaughlin must have thought he had when he lunged in at that open goal. Only to find Gary Stevens on the line.
Certainly for the first 20 minutes Tranmere dominated, and Portsmouth came back in for a little while, and then Tranmere had another good spell, and certainly they've had some marvellous opportunities to score in addition to the two that they already had. But one must say that Portsmouth have had a couple of good chances as well to get back in the game.
Could profit from Lee Russell's stumble. Is he going to go all the way for the hat-trick? Alford, having stood off him previously, was straight in that time.
Well, the slip by Russell allowed France to have that opportunity there, and again he came onto his favoured left foot, but Portsmouth were able to snuff that out.
Surely learnt their lesson by now. Paul. Perrott. Simpson. Trying to build up intricately, and Tranmere have enough massed around them to starve the forwards of service. They needed a lucky break in that area, and it wasn't forthcoming. Bradbury on the chase for it, and the goalkeeper's right hand. Surely this time, no mistake. The former Army man has given Portsmouth real hope now towards the end of the first half, but Coyne will look back and think, should he have come as far as he did?
Well, certainly that was just what Portsmouth want. We see a long ball here by Alford, struck through. Thorne hesitates, Bradbury gets in between. The keeper really should have not been out there, and you've had a collision between Thorne and the keeper, and Bradbury's left with a simple task of placing the ball in the net. Portsmouth will be pleased with that, because it's given them a lifeline now to get back in this game.
Just the goal that Portsmouth wanted, and Lee Bradbury adding to the one that he scored in the week against Crystal Palace. And that one moment of madness has really damaged all the good work that Tranmere have done in this first half, and they're under real pressure again here. Hall for once gets it across, and Tranmere defend desperately.
Well, that was a let-off for Tranmere again.
Now Bonetti's given the ball away. Tranmere are getting sloppy. Carter gets it in this time to Hall. Simpson, layoff wasn't the best to him, but this is Turner. Well closed down by Stevens. Turner again, and McLaughlin. He would dearly love a goal. Skids off the top of his head though.
Must confess, I thought that was a free kick. Rogers pushing over. Andy Turner gets wide, he puts the ball in. McLaughlin's in there, but he's surrounded by the white shirts, and Till gets the ball away there. And there's I thought this was a free kick. Yeah, so I don't know what Jimmy Carter's seeing the ball out. That was an obvious free kick. The referee must have just probably not realised. Well, certainly Portsmouth had a good spell since that second goal come in. Their passing's been good, their movement, and they've looked a lot more threatening.
Danny Coyne will rue that rush of blood and that rush out of goal that presented Bradbury with the opportunity that he so gleefully took.
Although one would say that possibly the Tranmere defence were a little bit static on a ball that was over, say, 60 yards and straight through.
Red faces all round except for Bradbury, who was the man who capitalised. And at half-time, Bradbury's goal has brought Portsmouth back into a game in which they seemed down and out after the spectacular start that young Graham Branch gave with 2 goals. The second one, a real gem for the video archives. But before half-time, Alan McLaughlin, having missed an open goal, had some of his embarrassment rescued when Lee Bradbury turned the ball into an empty net to make it a half-time score of Tranmere 2, Portsmouth 1.
Russ, being on Merseyside, they don't lack for confidence around here, you know. What's your view of the first half?
Well, it's been a great start, scoring when we did with Graham Branch. That put us on our way, and after the last couple of home games, been quite disappointing, but tonight gives us just a start that we the supporters have needed.
OK. Do you think Portsmouth are back in the game now, though, with that goal?
No, silly. No way.
What do you think about the first half?
He's got Graham Branch, just a class player. He's doing well, he's getting on the move. He's just got the beating of the number 2 or number 3, I don't know.
You should be a manager, you should. Very good. What do you think about the first half? Let them back in it?
Yeah, unfortunately it was a mix-up between the Corin and Andy. I don't think they knew where each other was, but okay, they got a goal, but I think it's safe.
Yeah. Well, think it's safe, 3 points?
Yeah.
Bet you do. How about you? Looking forward to the second half? Going to win the game?
Yeah, most probably.
OK, well done. Thanks very much. And back to you, Russ.
Thank you, George. George Gabby with some of his new friends there. Fairly optimistic, weren't they? What a great first half. We're hoping for more, of course, in the second half and hopefully more goals. Half-time at the moment. Tranmere 2, Portsmouth 1. Let's get back to our Sky Sports commentary team for the second half. Dave Bassett and Rob Hawthorne.
One or two defensive inquests maybe in the Tranmere camp after the goal that they let in, and Andy Thorne has now been pulled out of that defensive structure, and Gary Jones, who's a versatile player, is coming on to take his place. Latterly he's played as a striker, but recently he was converted from a centre-half, and look at that brave man in this cold weather. Not worried about the damp conditions, is he?
Making me shiver to death at the thought of it.
Probably his own version of Tango Man from Sheffield, isn't it? And it's Portsmouth who are going to kick off in this second half. We knew all along that it wouldn't be a goalless draw. We can say it now that there have been goals, because there's never been a goalless draw in the league fixtures previously between these two clubs, and there's never actually been a league draw in the meetings between them at Prenton Park.
Well, Gary Stevens has gone to centre half, and Jeff Brannon's gone to right back, and Gary Jones has gone into a midfield spot.
And Andy Thorne has actually gone off because of a groin strain. Here's Turner for Portsmouth, hoping to pick up where they left off after the first 45 minutes and going the right way about it. Immediately forcing Tranmere onto the back foot. To take it over Butters. O'Brien was supporting him, but Butters recovered well. Nicely taken away from Jones by Bradbury, setting Hall away, and this time he's got behind Rogers. But Stevens' control showed great composure.
That was another example where we see that Portsmouth like to play the ball inside the fullback and use Hall and Turner's pace, and the Hall was clear there at that time, but he didn't really use his brains because there was no Portsmouth player in the penalty area, and by putting the cross in, it was quite easy for Tranmere to clear that.
Task that Stevens accomplished admirably. Andy Orford. did actually win here at Prenton Park last season. In fact, in both meetings of the two teams, the away side won. The meeting here was back in December. John Durnin scored the first goal, and Paul Hall was the man who scored what turned out to be the winner. Shot from John Aldridge, but nothing to seriously trouble the goalkeeper. And now Portsmouth are making a change, and Robbie Pethick is coming on. He thought he was going to get the call earlier in the match, after about 2 minutes, in fact, when Guy Butters picked up a knock.
Yes, in fairness to Guy Butters, he looks like he's been sort of labouring a little bit with the knock and giving him a bit of a problem. But I think Robbie Pethick had just come into the right-hand side, and young Perrott go to central.
Terry Fenwick making the change 3 minutes into the second half that we thought he might have to make 3 minutes into the first. Here's Graham Branch, who's on a hat-trick. Going the right way about getting it. Alford, though, having let him have a clearer run for the second goal, wasn't about to make the same mistake twice.
But certainly it favours him, Rob, when he comes in on the left foot. The field opens up for him and he's able to run with the ball, and he's quite content to do that. But I feel on that instance he could have used one or two of his teammates to link up the play.
Rogers with the throw. New man Jones. Bradbury making the run across. It was vital that Stevens got there, but this is Turner, and Bradbury still waiting in the middle. Good challenge by Brannan. Quickly adjusting to his new role, Jeff Brannan. Teal. Making his presence felt with Ivano Benetti, and already landing in hot water.
Yes, I think the referee's going to caution Pethick for that. We see the ball's played up and Pethick comes from behind, and you're going to get booked for those challenges in this day and age.
And Andy Turner, who was struggling anyway coming into this match with a calf injury.
I must confess, I was surprised Andy started today. He seemed he was struggling on Tuesday night with the injury, and I really didn't expect him to be involved tonight.
Sonny Igo made a stunning introduction when he came on as a substitute in our previous live Sky game involving Portsmouth against Queen's Park Rangers. Came on and promptly scored. Substitution was being made. Referee Kirkley was brandishing his yellow card at Robbie Pethick. Second booking of the match. The previous man shown the yellow card, Andy Thorne, has since been taken off. Pethick has only just come on. Around Prenton Park have been rising all the time. Tranmere a little spirited after that late first half goal that's given Portsmouth real hope in the match. Lee Bradbury, the scorer, shades of Guy Whittingham actually with him, because he came out of the army to pay £500 for him, the grand total thereof. Carter's won the free kick. Kenny Irons made the challenge. Everyone except the Portsmouth goalkeeper Flahaven now inside Tranmere's half. It's a determined effort to produce this equaliser. Here's McLaughlin. But for his miss, they would already have parity. This is Hall, back to McLaughlin. Whacked clear by Benetti, but the ball had actually gone across the line. Nerve-jangling moments for the manager. He knows his side have put a good spell together. Yet again, they found the supply lines to Bradbury broken. It was real Route One stuff that brought his goal. Approach work has been less yielding, but the latest corner offers another opportunity. Perrett and Lee Russell both going forward from the back. Coming out to Simpson. Target.
Quite a brave header by Simpson there. He's come on to it now to put his head in. This hit to the far post, there's a challenge there. It gets knocked back and Simpson comes round and there's a challenge there and he gets it on target, but it's comfortable. At the moment, both teams, Rob, are sort of struggling to get any supremacy, aren't they?
It's been a little more fractured start to the second half. Neither team really has managed to establish a rhythm.
Well, you see Gary Jones, he gets the turn on and he knows that young Rogers is making a run at the back of the defence and he plays it inside. Tranmere has just got a little bit too much pace on the ball and goes out for a goal kick.
Barrett under pressure from Aldridge. The referee wasn't particularly happy about Benetti's challenge. I don't think Pethick was too pleased with it either. From John Aldridge, but unfortunately for him, Gary Jones wasn't on the same wavelength.
Well, we got an overhead kick and a back heel all in the same move.
Turning on the South American style a little bit for us. Paul has found Rogers a real thorn in his flesh all night. Been getting a little frustrated. By Jimmy Carter, McLaughlin had got in there. Jones using his height well. to win the free kick. Portsmouth have consistently tried to make the point to the referee that Benetti has been exaggerating. Down well by McLaughlin, and it's one possession back for Portsmouth. Can they reap the full dividend from it? Well, Russell had made a very good run there. It had been tracked by Alford. Turned up in a useful position. Question marks about their defending in the first half, but no one can really question Portsmouth's character. They've pressed and battled really hard throughout the contest. Bradbury is flagged offside.
Tranmere are looking a little bit as if their confidence is wavering a bit at the moment, and they're not moving and passing the ball as well as they did in the first half, and I think Portsmouth have gained a little bit more in confidence.
They're not often beaten here, Tranmere. Portsmouth were one of 5 teams to win in the league here last season. They've suffered one reverse already here in this campaign, West Bromwich Albion winning. But in total, 10 of the 15 points that they've accrued already this season have come in their home match.
Branch. Done enough damage already. He was looking to provide a real killer blow there.
I mean, this is really Tranmere's first attack of the second half, and Branch again's involved. He comes on that left foot, but really there was very little chance of him scoring from that position.
Forward. Again, there are demanding qualities of him there. Would have been needed in a Linford Christie type figure. Teal, and Jones has turned up in space, and he's got there.
Was it an own goal or Jones?
Lunged in.
Benetti does well. Stevens, Till carries on the run. He curls a good ball in. Jones goes in, and he's got in between the Alford and Russell there, and we see he's going. And it looks like it might have been an own goal there. You see the ball's floated in, and it looks like it comes off the Portsmouth player, Russell.
I'm sure that Jones won't thank you for taking the credit away from him when he thought he might have got his first goal of the season, but it's...
well, it may well be that they sort of hit it at the same time. It looked as if it came off the defender to himself.
Speculative ball club in there. Russell's in more trouble now for that tackle on Graham Branch.
Yes, I don't think he can complain. I think possibly the frustration of the goal came out there.
ethic in the book. All round turning into a pretty nightmarish evening for Lee Russell. Marshalling the troops for the free kick. It's curled in by Branch, and it's Jones trying to get in there again. And it looks a real collision there. The goalkeeper is involved. Maybe with one of his own players.
Yes, he's come out there. The free kick's swung in on the goal. There's the players going for it. The keeper arrives. Really doesn't have to come out in that area there. His defenders are always capable of dealing with it, and he's got a whack for his efforts.
Well, he had from a long way out. I think it was Perrett that he actually collided with. Here's the third goal that beat him.
Yes, Till curls a nice ball in here. It's in between Alford and Russell. You see they go. And it may well be that it actually comes off of Alford's foot onto Jones, is there? I may be doing Gary Jones a disservice.
Aldridge going for this one. Unusual for a 3-goal Tranmere performance without his name appearing on the score sheet. Still plenty of time though for Tranmere to add to their score yet.
I don't think he'll mind that long as the team will.
The rest of his players taking collective responsibility. Did they get a little helping foot? Let's see if we can reach conclusive proof.
There we see the ball's got in between Alford and Russell, and it looks like it's a difficult one to say whether it's come off of Russell's foot onto Jones. It may well have done.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it came off Russell, deflected onto Jones, and then into the net.
Well, we'll give him that. He deserves it.
It's always the attacking team that claims it anyway.
Whatever happened, it beat the goalkeeper.
Lee Russell can sleep a little easier now. Gary Jones can count it as his first of the season. His first league goal, in fact, since he scored at Luton back in December. Of course, they don't have in the Football League, as they do in the Premier League, a committee that actually sits down and studies these goals.
Well, you've got to give some committees jobs to do.
Bryant. Teal. Next football for you on Sky Sports comes up tomorrow. It's Moldova against Italy in England's World Cup qualifying group. So join us on Sky Sports 2 on Saturday at 7 o'clock. No nationwide league game on Sunday. It was due to be Crystal Palace against Sheffield United, but the United manager, Howard Kendall, is making use of his spare weekend. As indeed is the man who was to be his opposite number, Mr. Bassett here. Stevens.
Well, I think Tranmere's next visit is to Sheffield United next Saturday, so it's a good opportunity for Howard to have a look.
Once again, Sheffield United, of course, falling victim to the number of international call-ups. And in this encounter, one or two people have international commitments to come. After the game, the Tranmere player-manager John Aldridge, who's on opposite sides to Alan McLaughlin tonight, will be linking up with him in the course of the Republic of Ireland against Macedonia. O'Brien. Oh, a stumble by Teal. Bradbury saw an opportunity, and this time Coyne's decisiveness in coming from his line pays off.
It's interesting there, Till might actually foul. Could have been a free kick.
Well, he's lucky. Defending that time by Teal, flung awkwardly back in by Perrott. Boyne got away with coming off his line that time. He was made to pay for it in the first half by Bradbury. He made a bustling attempt to get to that stumble from Teal on that occasion. In by Pethick, it's Simpson, knocked back in towards Bradbury. Ambitious attempt at the overhead kick.
We see the ball transferred across the field and the ball's lofted in there. Simpson's got away from Jeff Brannan and headed back across the goal sensibly, and Lee Bradbury's off target with his overhead kick. Certainly since they scored the third goal, Tranmere have settled and got their confidence back, and are now moving the ball about and looking a lot more confident as a unit.
Yes, it really has transformed them. They were looking a little bit ragged before the substitute turned up with a crucial third goal. They still haven't ripped the heart out of this Portsmouth team. Portsmouth have been well ahead on corners, but haven't really taken full advantage. There's a little bit of a blustery wind about, so maybe Simpson can make the most of that now. See from the corner flag just how the wind's picking up. Clearance by Branch. Perrott was just waiting in line. This is Bradbury. Turned back in there, Simpson making a brave attempt to get there, but ultimately it was a vain attempt. Now this is the final proof about that last goal.
Well, we can see the ball's going in again, we've seen it. Yes, I think it comes off of Lee Russell's foot and goes on to Gary Jones and into the net. Had he missed it, it would have gone out the other side.
A Tranmere goal in all directions. Jones the scorer. Aldridge! What an eye-catcher that would have been.
Yeah, that was great skill. He didn't have to look. He knew possibly the keeper was out. He's got his touch here, and he goes for it. He's done that, and he's played it up, and the keeper's done well in the end to get back there. That could have been an excellent goal.
Lahaven just recovered his ground, but the master goal scorer was almost up to his old tricks again. Turned in by McLaughlin. This is Bradbury. Can he turn? Ryan's just hesitated over the clearance, but he got plenty of distance on it in the end. You wonder how he keeps motivating himself, don't you, after his length of service in the game. But these days it seems to be the pursuit of goal-scoring records that keeps him going. He's desperate to overtake Frank Stapleton's record haul for the Republic of Ireland. He's one behind equalling it.
Well, he's got an enthusiasm, and obviously that keeps him going.
Simpson, good driven cross. Teal's header away. has won Portsmouth's latest corner. You see the urgency about them. They're desperate to get on with it and find the opening. Simpson, the man to try. Run in some useful crosses lately. Aim towards Perrott. Took an awkward bounce. Driven back in, and Russell got the touch. And Branch had actually pulled off the field there. He took a little knock in the melee. It was Russell who had the final attempt.
Well, certainly there was a let-off there. How they got that away. Perrott gets the header, it comes down, it's scrambled away, and it's driven in. And we see a touch there, and it just rolls wide. And as we can see, Branch is off the field holding his head.
Back on the field holding it now. Long one from Carter. And a bit of bumping and barging between Teal and Perrott. Half of cross coming to nothing.
Well, certainly they managed to scramble that away, Tranmere. Had Portsmouth scored, then that would have certainly set it up for an interesting last period.
That little sequence, Lee Russell certainly had a couple of little openings. Stuck his boot out, hopefully. Graham Branch got a knock for his troubles, but sure it won't damage his memory of the night too much. Plenty of happy memories for him if things stay the way that they are. Probably the quickest recovery from concussion on record. To go. 2-goal deficits aren't insurmountable. We've seen that plenty of times in our live nationwide league matches here on Sky. Foul on Aldridge. If his cheeky effort had gone in, then surely the game would have been done and dusted.
Yeah, that has certainly been some goal, Rob.
Sean Teal. Igo. Midfield still lacking the influence of Martin Allen, who's out with a long-term injury. Certainly missed those dogged qualities, but Igo has proved himself a competitive player since he took to the field. Short from Branch, and this is Simpson looking to release Bradbury. Teal read the initial danger, but it's promptly put Tranmere back under pressure. Rogers bursting onto that loose pass from Igo. Aldridge ahead of him, Benetti out to his left. Rogers wants to go for glory. And in the end took it too far. Perrott, the man who blocked him off.
Certainly on that break, the ball should have been passed and carried on the run. It was a good break by young Rogers to carry the ball out, but he needed to link up more with the rest of his teammates there.
Simpson. Russell is just staying forward in the box now for Portsmouth as they throw all their resources into attack. Branch has given away a free kick in a dangerous area, and Simpson's taken it quickly. This is Hall. Appeals for handball, and it's given. That was penalty.
That was good play, quick thinking by the Portsmouth players on the free kick, and I think it was Fitzroy Simpson. It was just that the rest of his team wasn't switched on, and they were fortunate there was a penalty given there.
Jones, the man who handled it. He scored for Tranmere, but now he's put Portsmouth in a scoring situation. Alan McLaughlin has missed a sitter from open play. Can he score from the spot? Yes!
John Aldridge was pointing the right side. He obviously knew which right side he was going see the ball going out. It's difficult to see where, but everybody appealed for a handball there, whether it hit the left hand. But it was quick thinking on the free kick when it was given. A quick free kick was taken there. And we see McLaughlin smashes it in there, even though John Aldridge knew which side it was going.
So the two players who are divided by club colours and will shortly be united by their country's colours will have plenty to discuss. That McLaughlin goal giving real hope that Tranmere might yet have 2 points taken off them. And now Portsmouth have really got to keep their shape. And having kept their shape to hold off the threat of the Tranmere attack, they've got 6 players bursting forward now, including the man in possession, Pethick. Now Carter. There are 4 in the box waiting for it. And that'll do for Portsmouth. It's another corner. Well, they're really on a roll.
This has given Portsmouth the impetus to come back into the game now. They've kept, in fairness, they've kept trying to plug away and work even when they went 3-1 down. They've had some pressure and they've got a break of the penalty which puts them right back into this game.
Well, they're being very positive. Simpson's cross towards Perrott. And it's Branch there with a clearing header. Who'd have thought it after the magnificent start for both halves that Tranmere had, that Portsmouth would still be in with a shout. Bit of a waste though from Perrott there. But really, the penalty brought about by some really sharp attitudes in a Portsmouth team that were behind at that stage, and particularly by this man, Fitzroy Simpson, who is now leaving the field of play.
This we see is the free kick, and we look, Simpson plays down there, and it's in for Hall, who cuts it across. That's a good cross. Yes, you can see it just catches Gary Jones on the hand.
Simpson now puts his tracksuit top on because he's been taken off and replaced by John Durnin, whose career began at Anfield and he's coming back to his home territory. He was born in Bootle. Benetti suddenly showing a bit of fire in his belly. Aldridge. And this is Brannan. O'Brien moving up ahead of him. Benetti trying to play a 1-2 with Mr. Kirkby. Challenge by Irons. Flung forward by Irons, and Brannan is onside. Aldridge, the only other Tranmere player, up with him. He's in the box. Branch has arrived there now too. The soaking that the pitch took from the rain in the build-up to this match. Devastating effects there for Tranmere. Benetti flings this one in. Jones going for it.
That was a good header away by Perrott there. He was under pressure there, and it may have even been a foul, but it was a good header. The ball was floated in there by Benetti, and it was a dangerous ball with Gary Jones zooming in.
Benetti suddenly seems to have picked up a little sparkle in his game again, after going through a relatively quiet period. Benetti, like his teammates, a little dishevelled after the penalty award, seemed to lose the plot somewhat. Andy Orford. Now Benetti makes the vital tackle. Branch goes on the chase for it. Jones is tearing into the box. Aldridge coming up just behind him, looking for Jones, but it won't get there because Pethick's in the way.
Well, we see the break-in. The ball's played down in behind the defence. Young Branch is quick enough to get after it. He gets his head up, and this time he uses his right foot to put it in, and Robbie Pethick takes no chances by heading it away for a corner.
Well, it's a rip-roaring contest, and Tranmere know that they still have to seek this fourth goal. No question of settling for what they've got already. Turned back in by Branch. A fixed clearance to Gary Stevens. Robbie Pethick in the way. This is Benetti. Durnit. Herrett. Feeling that there still could be something in this for Portsmouth.
Well, at the moment, Tranmere are defending a bit deep. They're pulling people back. They're obviously a little bit anxious, which is understandable when they haven't had a win for 6 games.
Pushed through by McLaughlin. It's 6 games without a win, about to become 7. Or do his side have the wherewithal to get 2 goals yet? Frustration for Fenwick is that while he can watch and do nothing about it, his Tranmere counterpart can actually have an active part in securing the points. Portsmouth's last 2 wins were both on their travels from Fratton Park against Swindon and Grimsby. Still going to be a monumental effort to get a win here, but they might fancy their chances of securing a point. Here's Pethick. Sold McLaughlin a bit short. And McLaughlin was wrestled off the ball by Benetti. Here's Sammy Igo.
Well, you can see that Tranmere are backpedaling now. They're getting numbers back.
Carter. Teasing his way past Branch, but not past Brannan. However, it is another corner. Real anxious moments these for the home team. And the nerves generated from the terraces seeping through. Carter flings the latest corner in. McLaughlin reaches out. Oh, it's a good strike and it's turned in. Russell Perrott is the man who got the killer touch, and Portsmouth have drawn themselves level.
We see a deep corner. The ball drops. Alan McLaughlin shows some good awareness. It's driven in from the edge of the box, and young Perrott gets the touch. You see the ball drop there. Alan McLaughlin does well here. It drops to Durnan, who strikes it in, and Perrott gets the final touch.
His first goal for Portsmouth, and what a crucial time in which to strike it. And Portsmouth, having seemingly been down and out of this game at one stage, may well yet emerge with a point thanks to this man.
It's interesting, like Tranmere lost the initiative when the second goal went in. It'd be interesting to see now that they come back and Portsmouth start to defend.
Benetti. And the flag is up for offside. Well, it's yet another tale of an outstanding comeback in this season of comebacks in our live Nationwide League games, and Terry Fenwick must be very proud of the character and resilience shown by his team. What a contribution from Perrott. Here's Orford. Telford. Well, the anxiety that's filtered through to Tranmere. They're not going to see that now converted into a defeat. Real nerve-wrenching times these. Things started so well. Things have now turned around, and how they've turned around too for the Nationwide League man of the match. It's Portsmouth's Alan McLaughlin, who missed a golden opportunity in the first half, but that matters little now, and his cleanly struck penalty has helped Portsmouth back into the game. Branch, O'Brien, turned away by Carter. Tranmere going for the late winner. Sean Teal, clip forward again. Aldridge looking to beat the offside trap and spilled out to Benetti. Ivano Benetti may yet have won this seesaw match for Tranmere. Absolutely incredible.
There's a delightful little chip by Till, and you can see Lee Russell's keeping them onside. They played the offside, and Flavin comes out. He's not able to hold the ball, and Bernetti puts the ball away. The keeper comes out. You can see it squirms out of his hands, and it's there for Bernetti.
Well, there'll be an inquest about the goalkeeper's role in that goal. Inexplicably out of his hands.
Well, an amazing little turnaround here at the end with the late goals.
And just when it seemed it was going all sour for Tranmere, the late intervention of Ivano Benetti may well have rescued the win. Poor old Aaron Flavin.
Really, one can question, really was it necessary Portsmouth to be trying to play offside at that vital moment?
Are they going glory hunting now for a cavalier finish? I think after their previous experience, they'll be best advised just to tighten up now. McLaughlin yet stealing against Jones. He's killed it in. Header away by Teal. It was a vital header as well because Bradbury was in the box, waiting in predatory fashion. McLaughlin just couldn't clear Sean Teal. Goes, I think we'll barely hear it because of the frenzied state of the Tranmere fans. They want to hear that whistle now, and they have heard it. And Ivano Benetti has settled a quite compulsive game in dramatic fashion right at the end. A game that Tranmere seemed to have sewn up, then they seemed to throw it all away when Perrott brought Portsmouth back into it at 3-3. But when Flahaven spilled the ball late on, Benetti pounced and earned the win that Tranmere thought they'd thrown away. Graham Branch, he set Tranmere on their way with 2 goals in the first half. The second, a tremendous goal, brought great pleasure to his manager, John Aldridge. But Aldridge perhaps won't exactly be happy about the manner of the win, in that their discipline was all lost as Portsmouth fought their revival back into the game. But it was a game that started so well. This occurred after 33 seconds, Branch scoring the opening goal, and then his night took an even better turn with this tremendous run, and as Orford and the rest of the defence were standing off him, quite a cool finish. Portsmouth gave themselves some hope just before half-time when Coyne got caught in no man's land and Bradbury said thank you very much, but Tranmere re-established their dominance on the game in the second half, despite the dejection after conceding that goal when Gary Jones, the substitute, came on and hurled himself at that cross. Jones' evening, though, was soon to turn sour. The handball that led to the penalty converted by Alan McLaughlin to bring Portsmouth back into it at 3-2, and then, most incredibly, back into it at 3-3. Russell Perrott with the first goal he scored for Portsmouth. The smiles, though, soon changed to a completely different demeanour as Bonetti got the winner for Tranmere. A dramatic win for Tranmere. Their manager must be breathless. John Aldridge is talking to George Gavin.
Yes, John Aldridge with me, and also Graham Branch. John, first of all, you've got 30 seconds to sum that game up.
Well, I'm not happy. It's great for the viewers, but if you're going to go anywhere in this league, you know, you don't surrender 2-goal leads like that. It's bloody awful, you know, and a lot of work to be done.
Speaking very much as a manager now, aren't you?
Very am, yeah. I'm not happy at all, but it's great for the viewers, as I said.
Not happy about defensive lapses?
Yeah, exactly.
You must be pleased about 4 goals.
I'm delighted about the 3 points, but not professional enough. You can't do that.
That's pretty hard.
Yeah, well, if you want to win things, you can't do that. You know, and I want to win things. I want to get promotion with this club. But if you defend like that, bloody unbelievable schoolboy stuff.
Tonight you go 4th. You must be pleased about that.
Yeah, as I said, 3 points, great. You know, I don't want to put a dampener on it, but as you say, you've got to aim high. You can't be happy with that as a manager.
It was a great start, and Graham Branch proving there's more than one Branch on Merseyside.
Yeah, it was nice to score, especially a couple. I mean, you've got to be happy scoring. I was happy with scoring my second one. Just picked it and get my hat-trick in the end.
Your cousin is doing well at Everton as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing very well. It's my turn now, I think.
Those 2 goals were a bit special, weren't they, though?
Yeah, well, they're always nice when they go in. But, I mean, I still wanted my hat-trick, but I'm happy with the 2.
Sounds like there was much praise in the dressing room from the manager afterwards.
Well, if Gaffer's not happy, then he's not happy. I think we've got to work a bit harder. As the Gaffer said, I mean, if you want to win things, then you've got to tighten up at the back, which we're not doing at the moment. But we've come away with the 3 points, so we've got to be happy with that at the end of the day.
Well, it was great for us watching. Well done, guys. Thanks very much.
Tranmere 4, Portsmouth 3. They've had a lot of memorable Friday nights at Prenton Park over the years, but few probably have equalled tonight. 7 goals. John Aldridge might not be happy, but we'll have a leisurely look back through all the action right after the break. Sky Sports.